Chineke mo, ebi no ya Chineke, ebi no ya onye nwe mo, ebi no ya Chineke mo, ebi no ya onye nwe mo, ebi no ya Chineke mo, ebi no ya onye nwe mo, ebi no ya adịghị atụle, ebi no ya.
Somebody shout hallelujah. If you know this is your evening of divine destiny, shout a glorious hallelujah. Hallelujah. If you know and believe that the word of God that concerns you shall come forth. testimony. Step forward with boldly to thank the Lord for what He has done. Keep clapping. Don't be relentless. Don't be tired of clapping. It's the Lord's doing, and it's marvelous in our sight and in our ears. Praise the Lord. Testify as your name and your testimony.
Praise Master Jesus. My name is Ucheakolam, Darlington Leji. I'm from Benue State. I'm here to testify the goodness of God in my life. Somebody cannot see when my daddy prayed, the person begin to sing. The people cannot talk, the baby cannot talk for many years. When my daddy lay hand and pray, the baby start to speak. There was a lot of testimony. The woman with the kidney failure, 2 kidney failure, after the prayer with a diagnosis, and the woman cannot go to, cannot urinate for many days. But after the prayer, the kidney was restored. The next morning, from that prayer that night till the next morning, the woman was going to washroom frequently, to clean every day, every minute, the woman was cleaning. And the greatest testimony, last week, the testimony is not finished. Last week, for 9 good years, the woman have never seen his menses. For 9 good years. But last week, after everything, the thing flew for 1 week. The woman became a newborn baby. She was fresh. Everything, her system was fresh. She became a newborn baby. I want to bless God because the person that cannot walk, so many of people that cannot walk, they begin to walk. Even one man in that crusade that is in front is not walking. But when my daddy prayed for him and raised him up, the man started walking. The man did not sit down again. He was following my daddy at the back doing deliverance. The program finished. The man did not go back to his seat again. The person that was come to the program with wheelchair, he cannot walk. But the man was put up following my daddy doing deliverance, and the program finished. I want to bless God for what He has done in Igbo. So many souls were converted. Today, those that are Hindu, they are doing worshiping idol. All of them are reading Bible. Those that come to that program, they are reading Bible. They are coming to church, knowing who is God. One of the women that have a partial stroke, he was an Hindu with the children. She have a partial stroke in the part of the body here. So after the prayer, the stroke disappeared. Everything in the body become normal. Now the woman has converted to Christ. I want to bless the name of God for all He has done in this program in the month of November. I want to bless the ministers, the choir band, the media, everybody that come to that people. I want to bless the God for the cornerstone, for your prayers, for everything that happened in that day. I say, may the name of God be glorified, in the name of Jesus Christ. Lastly, I want to bless God for my life, because after all these things happen, they gang up and come after me and my church member. So they wanted to kill me, but God was on my side. On 29th of November, I cannot breathe anymore. So they called my daddy prayed for me from that 29th So much of prayer was done. I recovered myself on that Friday, Saturday. On Sunday, when people are doing Thanksgiving here, I was watching the Thanksgiving. My daddy testified about it in here. But after the Thanksgiving, on the night my daddy entered program and fasting and program, they come back in that night again and strike me back again. I cannot breathe, I cannot do anything. So call was going on everywhere. Some ministers here was praying for me, calling me on phone. So many members was praying for me. My wife was calling daddy wife. So this was going on, and the daddy finished program. When daddy heard about it, daddy called me immediately and prayed for me. Everything was normal. I want to bless God for that. And after that prayer on Friday, Saturday, on Sunday night, on Saturday night, coming to this Sunday. So I was, after everything with my family, we prayed together. They went to bed. So I was on my own, I was praying, thanking God for the healing, for everything He has done. Suddenly, I was like somebody come and stab me knife in my links here, by the side of the left. I cannot breathe, I cannot shout, I cannot talk. I open my mouth again to pray, I cannot pray. So I managed to shout, I was shouting, I wake my wife up. My wife said, what is happening to you again? Just now you okay, you are praying. What is happening? I said, I don't know, I'm dying here. What are you waiting for? So my wife praying, take the phone, call my daddy. So when you call my daddy, what is it again? My daddy asked to give me phone. Immediately they give me phone, it's like, I want to explain to him what is happening to me. It's like they squeezed the knife in my neck. So the pain was too much to me. I shout, I threw the phone. So he started praying. So but after praying everything, he told my wife, don't worry that I will be okay, I will sleep. So after all prayer, I just managed to sit down, because for past 1 week I'm not lying down, I'm sitting down and sleep because of the pains. So I was sitting down, they put so much of pillows with me, then only I slept off. And I wake up after everything. Now I want to thank God that I die for people to get help. And I'm here to testify the goodness of God in my life. I said, may God be glorified in Jesus' name.
Let somebody shout hallelujah. If you can remember, the theme of that crusade was come and see. And he has come to testify of the miracles he saw in the crusade. And today, anyone that is in this sanctuary today, with your faith, you shall see your own miracle in the name of Jesus. I say you shall see your own miracle in the name of Jesus.
Praise the Lord. My name is Ada Jesus. I am here to thank God for what He has been doing in my life, for His grace upon my family. I'm here to thank God for what He did for my sweet husband last 2 weeks. My husband went to Ireland to visit the motherless children. So as he was driving back home on Third Mainland Bridge, he had an accident that he hit somebody, a bike man. So when he hit the man fell down. So he was scared, he drove up, he was running. People was shouting, calling him to come back. He was snapping his cars. So he drove, he called me, said I should start praying, I said what was going on. So he said a lot of people took a picture, the car picture. So when he called me, he was so scared. He said that he noticed the car was following him behind. The car chased him to mainland. So when he got there, the man was telling him, park, you know if you run again, no the tire. So the man like double crossed him, it was a taxi driver. So he now double crossed him, he now came down from the car. It was now like the man was saying, you keep somebody and you're running away, that today we are going to report you to the police station. So he started like explaining to the man that if you are the one who do it, that you don't even know if the man died, that normal, he's not supposed to drive on Third Mainland Bridge. He said the man said no, that he's going to call police for him, and the man was carrying a lady inside the taxi. Then my husband started like petting him that, Baba, if it's you two, you will not wait. The man was like, okay, no problem. I said, we are dragging it in. The policemen were coming. So they were like asking the why you person hold up here, what happened? The lady inside the taxi was like, the taxi was already like trying to cover him up. Then the lady inside the taxi was like, no, I'm going to say it. He killed somebody on Third Mainland Bridge and ran away. So my husband was telling her, young lady, don't do that, don't say that. She said, no, I will talk. Then the taxi driver now told her that, don't do that. What if you say this thing now, they arrest this man? I said, you don't care that he killed somebody and ran away. So immediately the policeman came. They asked the taxi, what happened? The taxi man was like, that my husband hit his car and ran away. That's why, but they have settled it. So the girl came down from the car and said, yes, it's true that my husband hit his own car, but they have settled it. So the policeman was like, okay, they should go. They now left the place. My husband gave him money, but he was not at peace with himself. He was still asking me to pray for that young man not to die. So I said he will not die. But there's no how we're going to even find the man to know if he died or not. So the next day was Sunday. Then I came upstairs. I looked for my HOD, he was not here. Then I called the pastor brother, I called father, I called the Moses. So I told them to come and pray for me. On behalf of my husband, I don't want that man to die. They should just pray for me. I don't want any case for my husband. So they gathered and they prayed for me. So since then, my husband has been, he called my brother. My brother told him that the man will not die, that nothing will happen to him. So later, he went back to Ireland with his friend. So when he went back there, he asked the road people that were working on the road there. Then they told him that, yes, that the young man fainted, but they don't know if he died. That they rushed him to a nearby hospital. So my husband asked, where is the hospital? They should show him. So they told him the hospital. So he went there, started making inquiries, told him to come today, come tomorrow. After 4 days or so, he finally saw the man. The man was taking treatment, he didn't die. Then he had to settle the bills and everything. So I want to recover the glory because devil failed. What they planned for my husband did not succeed. I want to say that his name alone be glorified. And I want to thank Father, Pastor, brother, and Moses that prayed for me that God will continue to use them in Jesus' name.
Somebody shout hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
My name is Uche, I'm from Imo State. My testimony started from October when we started the fasting and prayer. 2 days after the prayer, I wanted to go out. So on my way out, before leaving the house, I just did a casual prayer. I asked God to guide me and lead me as I'm going out. Lo and behold, as I was coming out, I was in the Grab. Just very close to my condo there. While I was coming, look at 4 policemen on the bike. Immediately my car got to the Grab, I took got to them. All of them mounted their hands. And while I was going, they were following the car. So this is about 100 meters before the traffic lights. So when the car got to the traffic light to go left, I turned back, I didn't see the police again. They were all gone. So I just want to thank God for that one, first of all, for security, because I don't know what would have happened if they had sighted the car, because the Grab I took wasn't the tinted car. So I just want to return the glory to God. The second one happened yesterday before everything. Today, I was just asking God, if it's your will that I will be in church today, then do it, because home and abroad I don't get anything, nothing in my pocket. So I was dry, I was telling God, why is that every time I come to your house, I give my offering, I give my tithe, and I do everything, yet I'm still lacking. I want to go to church today, and I am believing that you're going to do it. I left it yesterday until early morning around 12. A friend of mine called me. And he said, hey, that account I gave to you, that there's money inside, go and withdraw it. And I'm like, huh? He said, go and withdraw the money. And that was how I withdraw the money. I'm in church today. So I just went to
Somebody shout hallelujah. Somebody tell your neighbor, my neighbor, if you are looking for miracle money, if you are expecting miracle money, you are in the right service. Pay attention. Somebody shout hallelujah.
Praise the Lord. My name is Olaomi. For some years now, mostly December has always been a very sensitive year for me, especially towards when we are approaching Christmas time. Because a couple of years back, I had an accident 2 times during this same December, like 2 years. And that could have claimed my life, but I give God all the glory. So there's this prayer point I prayed this year. I said, God, last month I prayed, I said, God, December is here again. Here I am. God, please safeguard me. No. I prayed that prayer. Thursday, I was in church. I came for rehearsal. Though I came late and I waited for a church service. We finished the service. Okay, there was service on Thursday. We left here. I went somewhere at night. During that time, like evening time, around 7:38, I felt something. Something happened to me. So I ran inside the lady's room. I cried. Why? So my friends, they were like, stop. I said, okay, it's alright, I'm good. So I thought it was just a very simple thing. So I went back home. I was okay throughout the night, but around 3 a.m., I started having this pain, severe pain. It was very severe that I could not sleep from that time. Even my husband could not sleep. Like, I was in pain till morning. So we're now waiting for, okay, morning should come. Okay, I started checking time. Where is the time? Why is the time so slow? You know? So at around 8:30 to 9, he drove me to a nearby clinic. The place was open, but no one was inside. Maybe they went out or something. So we left there, we went to another place. So on getting there, I met the doctor. The doctor was like, this thing that she gave me injection, like, okay, this will relieve you of the pain a bit. But this is an urgent something. This is not a clinical something. You have to go to a standard hospital. So I was like, okay. She told me, she said, okay, you go to Colombia, Asia, or KPMC specialist. Both. So she now told me that, in fact, go to KPMC. That Colombia, you know, their money is very expensive. Though I have their card, but when she told me that, I was still thinking like, it's a simple thing. I said, no, hey, let's go to KPMC. These people will just collect. Colombia is, everybody knows that. I said, no, we should go to KPMC. So on getting there, the doctor, they were like, ha. They tested me. I was like, just give me prescription. Let me go home. I want to go home. So the doctor now called me. He said, come. If she lives here, fine. I promise you, under 3 hours, not up to 3 hours, you will rush her back here. And that time, it will be a total different thing entirely. So he said, okay, you know what? Spend a day. The doctor said, you spend it. I said, no, I don't want to stay here. So later I told myself, okay, calm down, just spend a day, which I agreed. So before you know it, they dropped my blood. They took out 3 different tubes of blood. They passed drip instantly. You know, everything, I was like, but it's not up to this. So they ran some tests, you know, they were just going up and down. They would come, this one will come, another one will come. They will ask me questions, you know. Later when I was a bit calm, relieved, they brought a wheelchair. They took me up to the gynecologist side. So the man saw me. They did a wider scan. They did this thing. The man asked me, what kind of medication are you on? I told him. He said, is it by? I said, I have my doctor. I have a gynecologist, which I see very well. He said, okay. He asked me where the place is. I told him. He said, wow, it's a standard place. I said, yes, I know. So he said, okay. When he was doing the scan, he was telling me some things. But before you know it, he was like, what I'm seeing here, you are at a high risk of having a cervical cancer. I was like, no, over my dead body. You know? So later, they left me. I went down, they took me back. And that time, they were still passing drip. So they took me back. So that very moment, everything was calm. They took me to the room. I was admitted in short. So before you know it, everything was calm. They came to me, are you okay? I said, yes, I'm feeling better now. So on Saturday, they were like, we'll still urge you to stay. I said, no, I'm very relieved now. Before man of God, I was very relieved. I said, no, I want to go home. I said, okay. So later they brought the results. So the man was like, oh, do you want to continue your distance? Do you want to see a gynecologist so he can attend to you? I said, no, I have my gynecologist, which I will go to him. Before I left there, I called my hospital. I told them, they said, okay, your doctor is not around, but the thing is, first thing on Monday morning, you come. I made the appointment on Monday. So, they brought the results. Later, they told me, when I read the result, I was just looking this, I saw, they said I had a vagina cyst. I was like, okay, it's all good. So, it's not, this thing is not a sexually transmitted disease. Don't start thinking otherwise, you know? Yeah, it's not sexually transmitted. So, you know, and when I was with the gynecologist there, he told me something like that. He said, well, you know, this thing sometimes it can lead to cancer if this thing should burst. And most times if they want to remove it, we need to do an operation on you. In my mind, I said, no, not me. You are not going to operate on me, no way. So I left. That Saturday I was discharged. I went home. Everything was okay. I took the medication they gave me and I was fine. So Saturday night, everything was up, but I was really worried. I started thinking, and that night, something struck me. I remember there was a time, there's this thought that do come to me once in a while that, do you know at a certain stage in your life, your enemy will be sick of a particular disease or something. You know, I used to shut that thing. Anytime that thing comes, I used to shut it up, not my portion. So, you know, that Saturday night, that thing just rang a bell. It's like, no, is this really, is it now? How old are you? I was like, no, we don't have this in my family. It can never happen. So I was really, Sunday, I came to the clinic. I walked into church. So I was waiting for pastor. So on Sunday, during the service, pastor touched me there. He prayed for me. I was very happy when he did that because I've not even told him anything. So after the service, I walked up to him. I told him, I said, sir, I explained to him that, and you know, I told him some other things, which I told him, you know, pastor said, don't worry, nothing is blocked. You don't worry. So he just told me, he said, he touched my belly, like he said, go. It is, nothing is there, go for the test. You know, I told him, I said, sir, you get that things he said, you know. So it was like, okay, I told him, and pastor gave me 200 ringgit in his office. So on Monday, yes, which is yesterday, I went there. You know, while I was going, when in my mind I was like, oh, my daddy told me that nothing, that they will find nothing. So I went to my place to see my own doctor. So on getting there, I gave him the scan result, everything they gave me at KPMC. I gave it to him, I explained to him, he said, okay. So I told him that the gynecologist there told me that the medication you gave to me that I've been on, that, and really before I started taking that medication, I read about it. There's nothing you prescribe, even if you're a doctor, I will still read about it before I take it. So I know the effect, I know everything. Really the medication could cause cancer. That is if it's not taken by on prescription. There's a way you can juggle around it. So I told him, I said, sir, are you sure it's not this thing that is coming? He just laughed. He said, come, I'm your doctor. I will not put you at risk of something that I know it will bounce back on me or our hospital. I said, yes, I believe. He said, don't worry. So he did the scan again, the wider one. He was just checking, he was talking to me. There's nothing here. He went back to check my scan result from KPMC. He came back, he said, okay, we checked. The one thing he just told me is that, Janet, don't worry, you don't have any risk of cancer. On hearing that, I was happy, I was calm. You know, I jumped up. He now said, and again, this thing that is here on this scan is no longer here. The doctor said, the thing dried up, or does this thing just disappear like that? I just remember what Pastor told me. My daddy told me that, don't worry, Mary, the thing has disappeared. So we will go and there will not have anything. I want to give you all the glory to God, because really, I was thinking that, how can you really survive cancer at one stage of your life? I just want to return all the glory to God. For this great deliverance, for healing. And again, he checked another thing on me that sometimes we do check it. He said, Janet, I'm not seeing this thing. And immediately I said, thank you, Jesus. The God that you have come for me. I bless you, Jesus.
Put your hands together for Jesus. Celebrate Jesus for this person. The person sitting next to you, look him in the face and say, my neighbor, after this service, anything that is wrong in you will not be found anymore. Anything that is a problem will not be found anymore. After this service, the God of Cornerstone shall give you answers. Shout hallelujah. Praise the Lord. My name is Amlach Prince. I'm from Imo State. I'm here to testify the goodness of Lord in my life. First of all, I thank God for the gift of life towards me and my brothers back home. I also thank God for I have never been in any hospital here in this kind of Malaysia since I came. Last 2 weeks, I was facing some challenges, and that thing got me upset. So last week, we came here for vigil like this. At the end of the vigil, yes, at the end of the evening service, Pastor Papi says we have to read Psalm 55, starting from verse 1 to the end. So I went home. Before 12 o'clock, that challenging I was passing through, I have to call the person to know how we will sort things out. The words the person used on me, I couldn't bear it. The words got me upset. My heart was restless. I wanted to pray, I couldn't. All I do is just read that Bible verse and sleep. The second day, I repeat the same prayer. Then, the third day, I told God, this thing I'm passing through, it's a good thing I do to this person. Let it not pass back to me to be a bad thing. I say, God, take charge of the situation. Because I remember in that Bible verse, they say, cast your body unto the Lord, he shall sustain you. And also the same Bible verse says, if I have wings, I would have fly like a dove to a wilderness because of the problem. If I have wings then, I could have fly. So after I prayed that prayer, I slept. When I slept on my dreams, I was in a dark place where I was sleeping. In that room, I was sleeping. There was a table there. And inside that table, I kept praying. As I was sleeping, some bird came in. And when the bird came in, I didn't see the bird, but something tapped me and notified me that something came in, that I should go and grab the bird. On that darkness, I went and grabbed the bird. So I went to the other room where my brothers are sleeping. And inside that room, there was a lantern. But the light of the lantern was dim. So I went and turned it on. My sister woke up and asked me, what am I doing? I said, look at my hand, see what I am holding. When my sister saw that in that room, she wanted to shout. I told her not to shout. Now, I raised the bed up and forcefully dropped it on the ground 2 times. The bird died. So after the bird died, I said, God, when I woke up, I said, God, you have done it. I need to see the manifestation of this thing. So after 2 days, God took control over that situation. The situation that is bad. So I don't have to come out to the Lord for what he has done. May his name alone be highly glorified in Jesus' name.
Praise the Lord. So in continuation, on my way coming back home, at the bridge, I was coming out of the bridge and there's this G-Wagon just jump out of nowhere on very high speed. Thank God, we just matched the brake and it's just few seconds interval, because if we just moved, the whole car would just turn from the bridge and the next thing you will hear is maybe I'm dead. That thing that I'm always scared of about December that happened a couple of years ago want to repeat itself again while I was coming back. I want to thank God because God delivered me. God saved me again.
Somebody shout hallelujah. Hallelujah. Turn to your neighbor, say my neighbor. My neighbor. Not under this anointing. I am not a victim.
Praise the Lord. I'm Teresa Tunde from Edo State. I want to thank God of this commission for delivering me from witchcraft, from married husband, from different things I don't even know about. And I want to thank God for my brothers back home. God has been protecting them, saved my brothers, saved my parents and everything. And my stay in this country, it has never been easy, but God, I give God all the praise, I give God all the glory, I give God all the honor. So after that deliverance was Sunday, so I just decided to sleep that afternoon. So in the dream, I saw Sister Ada. So it was like, she spoke to me, she said, anything that is not of God will never do any new again. So I woke up and I forgot the dream. Then when Daddy called me in the night, like around 9 or 10, I can't remember. So I could not even remember the dream. I didn't even tell him I had a dream. So after he spoke to me, I told him I felt something different entirely. Then after some time, I remembered the dream and I sent him a voice that this is what I saw. So at night, I had a dream again that the clothes that he went to church, that it was even good. My own, I saw myself in the dream was jagged, rugged and crazy. As in, there was no space, tear everywhere, it was a pinafore. So I was inside a room and they padlocked the room. So I was there with somebody, but I don't know the girl I was there with. So I was like, why am I here? Why am I here? So I saw Teddy. So Teddy came and was hitting the gate and there was a key on my hand, but the key could not open the padlock. So Teddy used a needle pin to open the padlock and the gate opened and I came out. So everybody was there were a lot of people, celebrities and everybody were following me like, they'll be looking for me, Where have I been? They'll be looking for me. I was like, they said, what are you wearing? Look at what you're wearing. I'm like, I don't know. So when we get back somewhere, everybody was just celebrating, we're just sitting down celebrating. So somebody just came. I went into a room. Then when I went into that room, I saw somebody came out from the wardrobe. And when I looked at the man instantly, I don't know what came over me. So he wanted to start smooching me again. So my eyes just opened and I saw a python head and I shouted Jesus. So when I started shouting Jesus, the man just pushed me and get out. So I came out. The moment I came out, somebody said, pull that cloth you're wearing. So I pulled the cloth and he gave me another cloth to wear. So I
Somebody shout hallelujah. Tell your neighbor, my neighbor. If you are not in church on Sunday, I'm glad you're here today. Your garments are going to be changed to the glory of God.
Praise the Lord. My name is Samuel from Ucheakolam from Edo State. I want to thank God firstly for this church. I want to thank God because when I came to this country earlier, I asked them where's the church. They said they have one church they go in John. They come on Tuesdays night program till morning. I said, okay, we'll go. So when I came here, the prayer was too much. There was a lot of prayers. I said, why is people praying like this? So after...
Stop laughing. Most of you have asked this question before. But the answer is this is a house of answered prayers. And you know why we pray, right?
So I left, I joined because back then my church was winner, so I joined back my church here in Malaysia. I was going there. After a year, one way or the other, my spirit was still connected here. Sometimes I go on Facebook, I look, I say, this was see. But to God be the glory. God reconnected me back to this place. I want to tell you that it has really helped both my prayer life and my spiritual life. I can boast before I only pray maybe I try to pray once in a day in the morning, but I just relax. But now I'll boastfully tell you that for the past months I've been praying twice a day. When I wake up and before I sleep. I want to thank God. I want to thank God because since July till now, this God has been awesome. God delivered me from captivity and added to my family a baby. My sister in the state came back to live here. God, by the grace of God, God gave me a child also. God gave me some properties. And my family was indebted because then my father lost it after the death of my mom. So he destabilized and my family was in debt. By the glory of God, we cleared the debt this year also. And I also want to thank God because by around September, God saved me from an accident I didn't know about because I was driving and at 120 on the highway, the car I was driving knocked engine instantly. The car knocked engine and to the glory of God, I noticed on time. I was able to. There was a big lorry at my back. God used that big lorry. That big lorry came this way and slowed the other cars behind me. I was able to come out from the speed lane and clear the car. And to the glory of God, I want to thank God for saving me from the other terrible accident. I didn't know what happened. I also want to thank God on behalf of my sister in the States. She got her nursing license 2 years. Only staying in America, she got her license only up by 2 years license. So the owner of the school where she studied saw that the zeal in her and wanted to keep her to continue working for him because she worked to pay her tuition. So the man, when she finished her studies, there's a procedure you apply for the student, like telling the government that these people have passed through training and they are fit to work. So my sister took her own form by herself because the Asians their English is not so good. So my sister said okay, she will fill her own by herself because the owner of the school she feels for the Asian people. So my sister filled her own and gave him on time. So the man kept it purposely and filed it a month late. And because he had already filed the other people's one but kept her own and filed it a month later. So my sister didn't know. So she found out about last month and started asking the man why. The man said, oh, it was a mistake. She said, no, this is not a mistake because you know how it is with immigration for foreigners, you know how it is with how they see us Nigerians. So, well, why would we make this type of mistake? They argue. So the man said that he will appeal. So he went to court to appeal, and after everything, my sister was because she already filed for her green card. The agency filing her green card told her that she has to be in legal status for her to be able to get the green card. So at the end of the whole thing, the owner of the school, I want to thank God because when she called me, I was like, God, why all this? So I prayed, I said, God, make a way. And she called me and said that the owner of the school has appealed, and he said that even though that her legal status expires, that he will readmit her for free, and she will stay in legal status until her green card will be able to come out. And also, the place she worked at as a medical head, when she got her license, she had to leave the place, but they called her back and said, our nurse here, she's leaving us, so can you please continue to work with us since we know everything and since we know the procedures here. and she was like picking, because when she called me, there was no way, but now she's picking, should I do this one, or should I do this one? I want to thank God for making a way for her. I also want to thank God for my brother back home, who has been applying to travel. He will go to there and tell me, they say we should come back next week. They say they cancel travel. They say this one we should come back for like 3 weeks now. He has been doing like this. So I want to thank God. Yesterday he called me and said that they have approved his visa, and that even he said that there are many people that struggled everything with him, but he still denied those people. But I want to thank God. He got his visa. I want to give God all the glory.
Celebrate Jesus for the first time.
Praise the Lord. My name is Ucheakolam. I'm from Imo State, Nigeria. So I want to thank God. First of all, there's one song they used to sing. Yes. So he said that Chai mezuokwa obere ya mere ji akpọ ya odogwu. O mezuola nkwa obere mo, ana m akpọ ya odogwu n'agha. Hallelujah. God is a faithful God. When you are serving God, serve Him with truth and honesty. He will fulfill all His promises over your life. When I was coming to Malaysia, I don't know that I'm coming to Malaysia. It's just 4 days notice. They give me just everything. But before then, God has spoke to me in 1%. And all the things He spoke, I see it in Malaysia come to pass. Today, God has made me somebody that don't have 5 naira in account in Nigeria. But on Sunday here, God suddenly, instantly, make a poor to become rich. I thank God for our daddy in the house. When you are with a man of God, you know that you are with a man of God. There is pastor and there is pastors. So, since I come to this cornerstone, my brother, I noticed a different thing. Pure, because I have stayed with another man of God somewhere. I stayed with him 3 years plus before I come here. So today, God has fulfilled all His promises over my life. I thank our daddy in the house who made this thing to come to reality. Who is there for me, praying even for my family. Since 1 year, Daddy, January will make it 1 year. He go to my family. He prayed, and since then till now, none of my children have go to hospital. My wife, no, even sickness have not touched them. They are healthy, they are strength. I have 6 children in Nigeria. So, I thank God today, all of them are alive, very healthy, and strong. And as I am going to meet them again, when I'm coming, if they are crying, but when I'm going now, it will be joy everywhere. And also, I thank our mother in the house, because you know, our people say every successful man, there is a woman. Hallelujah. Anytime, there is a time I will go and meet Mama. Say, Mama, not in the room. You will just run around immediately, just Hallelujah. Since I come to Cornerstone, Daddy was the one paying my house rent. 1 year now. I don't know how to pay for house rent. Feeding For feeding, mama give me money every time. So I don't like food. If you look at me every time I come to church, I'm shining. So today, I stand to testify the name of God. He spoke a word in Imo State. He got to Malaysia and fulfilled it. As I am going now, he give me 1 million, but that 1 million, he will multiply it to 3 millions. Because he was the one that spoke that word, and I heard it, and I killed him. That's why I'm working for God. He's working for me. So, as he give me this 1 million, any little business I put it, 3 millions don't come. I believe from me, you will deal it to everybody. And you will hear the good news of this morning. You must hear it.
Praise the Lord. My name is Ucheakolam. I'm from Imo State. I'm here to thank God because He deserves to be thanked. I want to thank Him from January to December for His goodness upon my life. And again, I want to thank Him for the divorce. Because why I say I want to thank Him for the divorce is when you are married but you don't know you are married, this thing happen physically. Because marriage has their own way of doing something. It can really take you time to know that you have waited but you don't know. This thing happened in Lagos. There was a lady I met while I was working in Lagos because the kind of business I did in Lagos then. So we met. After some incidents, after we met, later she invited me over their side at Takwade Beach. I honored the invitation and going there, I don't know what directed me to wear white. On meeting her, she wear white also. So I said, it's good. So after meeting her at her own place, we now decided to go to beach. She now said I should
Please,
buy.
can you listen and learn? Listen and learn. That is why testimony is good. Listen and learn from it.
So on the process, when I met her, she said she want to drink vodka. I said, no, I don't like drinking vodka. I want to drink original. And she said, no, I should buy vodka. So okay. I went and buy the vodka. So she started to open the vodka. I opened the vodka. I drank, she drank. She now hold the bottle. Said she want to drink. I said, okay, since you want to drink vodka, well, this will buy another drink. So going to that type of beach, she sat on the beach and I sat. She now hold me, saying I should drink, I need to drink. She now threw the full bottle inside that sea, inside the main sea. I don't even know what's going. She said it's in better. So when I reached home, because later she said she's coming back to me, so I said, okay, you have to come. So when she came, I was like in my bar, they are playing music. So she came with her friend. Music was going on. The music was still playing. Later I noticed because I know more of their ways. So when she is now changing the dance, I said, this dance is not the dance that's beating in my face, not what this person is dancing. So I have to rush Fanta and white powder with some all these sweet biscuits. I have to go to the nearest sea beside my hotel then. I now spilled it and then brought it over my hotel. Call one of my guys Uche to handle the situation for me so that nobody will notice what is going on. So throughout that night, it was a serious fight. So what happened because he got married to one of them and the person got jealous and was like, why should you leave this place and go here without invitation and what is happening? So the fight was going on, so all my rooms, instead of me to use only boy, I now pour Fanta all inside the whole room and now white powder. So when I pour it to her, then she have to calm down as a person. So in the morning she was asking me, I'm also marine. I said, God forbid, I'm not a marine because it's just that I work for this. I have this business several. That is part of experience. He said, okay. Later, all these things have been happening, but when I noticed that after the deliverance, I've gotten several deliverance here, but not having work. But immediately I said I want to marry physically. That's when I begin to know that there is something wrong somewhere.
So, lastly, when I saw myself in dream at the same place, was like, my brother, forget about marriage, it's not going to work. You already married. I said, God forbid, it's not me and you. I have nothing to do with you. So luckily for me, later I went there. I just said, okay, since you said you are wedded, I believe you. Let's continue the marriage. He said, okay. I now took her. We went out for outing. I took her out, normal outing, and then we now go to that. I now saw that bottle of vodka. I said, I want to drink. Yeah, in the drink. I said, I want to drink it. She said, okay, I should go on since we are here. And I took the bottle of drink and I break it myself. I break the bottle of vodka. When I break the bottle of vodka, I was like, I see people surrounded me. I said, people should make what I want to go. They said I'm not going anywhere. So I was too bold to push them, just fall out of that place and then find out I was in a dream. I said, may God name be praised for me to come out from that place first. So, last Sunday, that's Thanksgiving Sunday. I went to our end of the year party. After everything, I was healthy and nothing happened to me. That Sunday, once people was like telling me not to go to church. I said, why would I go to church? And I woke up and I said, I must go to church. Entering toilets, brother, everything that coming out of my body is blood. So where this one come from? Did I eat wrongly or what happened to me? I don't really know what happened. Everything was blood. I now go inside. I said, should I carry blood and go to church? This one will disgrace me for church. So make I stay back. I was battling with myself. I still know I will go to church. I come to church here thinking that maybe it will be okay. Still don't let me be. That was why I seated near that door, but nobody knows my plans. So it will not be so fast. I entered there again, it was all around the Lord. I have to come as the same as him. Then one person see as Python though. Once we try to see it's well. So okay. So later when they were like, they want to do the Thanksgiving, I begin to get myself both in and out. After the Thanksgiving, after the service, I now told Daddy, look at what I'm facing now. He prayed for me and said it's okay, that everything is fine. He gave me olive oil, I drank the olive oil. On reaching home, the thing continued. I said, does it mean that this prayer not the work or? I now lie down on the bed. Till that Sunday throughout, I couldn't get myself, it was still blood. So, on Monday morning, I called somebody who was like, I should go to clinic. I said, yes, me myself, let's go to the clinic. But to go to the clinic, no money, but money, I have told somebody I'm expecting money to go. And again, to go that place again, I need to check if the road is free also. So, luckily for me, I now look at the weather. It's like rain want to go. I said, I see this, I don't fall. So I enter my distance to change. I shower. So let me go and change up. Because where I keep my shoes one store and I have water at that place. Entering there, the voice spoke to me and said, there's nothing God cannot do. I now turned, instead of me to wear dress or going to that place, I now took my olive oil from that altar. And then said, God, I will not spend any time out of this because I don't have enough to go and spend it in the hospital. And I drank the olive oil. After drinking the olive oil, I was still scared to go to the toilet and check. I have to sleep. But thank God I go back, even I was forcing myself to share and there was no blood again. So then, thirdly, this particular Saturday, because since they prophesied that at OTK field, players there should be careful that somebody will die. Instruction then. So after then, before then, I've been even seeing where somebody died in the dream. And I mean myself, I say I will not play. And if God got my good gospel, I'm not going there even to play. If I go there, I'll just go and watch them. But I say before I will play that place, I will anoint that place before I will play. So this particular Saturday, Zion have match among themselves and we have to come out and has to get the team before. I now took my one bottle of olive oil, went to that place, and I don't want anybody to notice what I'm doing. Let me not be as if it just where they are choosing the ball, I just left all of them and I went around the field and I anointed the whole field, the round of the field. After everything, what have not happened before, after maybe we are playing a match, people will start removing their clothes. Me myself, I have places to go that day and I left everything. So that anger came into me and said, why should these people do this? If I came to me and said, you know what to do, then I kept quiet, I didn't talk. What me, my very good friend was like, play, I said, for now, I'm in the mood to play, say, am I stupid? Or I want to react again. The voice still speaks to me to hold on. And I left the place entirely and go to normal routine and still. Since this January after the ghosting, and I've never experienced police. If I'm going like this, I'm coming like this. But that Saturday, immediately I go grab on my way going home from Desam Piano. Police followed me till I reached KFC, WAP KFC. They have to stop the grab. I'm inside. And when I saw them, I know that there's no other person to do that because the car is just white, totally. I said, God, you don't have to be said, now take control. They along with me, already OTL. Yeah, already OTL. So I have to come down, I say, with boldness and then meet the man. I was like, what will I do now? Because when I want to come down, the other one was harsh. I now forced myself to go meet the other one. I now gave him the alarm. Yes, I spoke to myself, right? They also gave me well. Yeah, we had a So, for me to give him the alarm, for him to call Anya, one guy has to Larry. So, after all the whole Larry, I saw where I sat down just for rest. And now say another touch, you don't run and shoot you and say, hey, inside this bush, I said, bros, no verse. He said, my hand, if I run and shoot, I want to hang out and I hit him and start running again. You have to jump to the next condo. And I thank God after all the whole running, they didn't see me, I went home safely. And
may the Lord give you reasons not to run again in the name of Jesus.
Church, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. My name is Tracy and I'm from Edo State. I just want to thank God for His grace, His mercy upon my life, and His protection upon my life in this land of Malaysia. I don't know, like everybody around, like that came the same time that I came. They are not here anymore. Some of them are not here. And some of them that left, it's not just that they left because they want to go, but they deported all of them. But I don't have anything I'm using in this country, but God has been protecting me. But God has been protecting me. I just want to give God all the glory, all the adoration to His name for not making me to be in police custody or anything. I just want to thank God for that. And secondly, my brother, if you ever enter hospital, just thank God. Because you don't know what God has done for you. In this month, December, it's a very sensitive year for me as well. Because why I did not give testimony on the first Sunday of December this month, I was waiting for it to get to that time that I normally experience something, which is from 1st till on the 7th. From 1st till on the 7th of December, I was in coma for 7 days. My family who thought I was dead. Everybody gave up. Like they didn't even think that I would be alive today. But it was only my mom that was still there. She was waiting for me to wake up. And when I wake up, she told me that, my daughter, you did not die. You came back to me. Nothing again will kill you. Except God said it's your time. At times I will be dancing in this church. I've heard it a lot. Say people say I do pass myself. Now Mr. Peters pass, but you don't know what I'm passing through. If not for God, I will not be alive today. I will not be alive to give God that glory. I will not be alive to dance. If I did dance for my God, who would I dance for you? I want to dance for my God because He alone brought me to this life. He alone brought me back from coma. When everybody thought I was dead, but I'm alive to praise God. And you're telling me that I can do pass myself. I want to thank God because from that incident that puts me in coma, from that 1st to December, every year I normally have the pain in my head because they stitch my brain, my head. Few months back, I went to meet Daddy. I told Daddy that my head is always paining me anytime that incident time starts from 1st to 7th December. He prayed for me and he said I would never experience that thing again. And I want to tell you, today is 10th of December. From that 1st of December till now, I did not experience that pain again. I did not even feel the pain again. I just want to say, may His name alone be highly lifted up and exalted.
in Jesus' name.
Somebody shout hallelujah. For those of us who have listened to this testimony and been blessed, stand to your feet and begin to appreciate the Lord with a clap of praise. Thank you for what He has done. And everyone who wants to be a partaker of the testimony, you're free to give a seat to connect and contact to the grace of God that has done or what He has done for us. Put your hands together for Jesus.
I have so many testimonies to share, but I'll just give you only one. Our brother, our friend, who is a troublemaker. I'm a troublemaker.